Hey Cordell, hey, it's Terry here, simpleswingthoughts.com. Hey, I'm getting to your video here. Um, and I tell you what, I like the setup here. I like the way you've got the leverage grip there. I like the way you've got a little more weight on your left leg, it looks like, or maybe you're leaning that way a little bit. Head's behind the ball. So I really like that setup. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take you back to your backswing. And let me move this scrub line up a little bit here. Okay, so we're going to go back to your backswing. I like that extension. I like the way the club is out here on the plane. It looks like you've got your arms extended. Let me see what that takeaway looks like again. Yep, come off the ball pretty good. Right in here, the club's still on plane. You still got your angle from your forearm to your shaft. And let's keep coming back here. And it looks like you're coming around maybe a little flat, Cordell, maybe a little bit laid off. May want to get the club up in here. Let me just draw a line for you here, Cordell, just for a second. Let me see my free hand here. You may want to be maybe a little bit, sorry about my squiggly line, but maybe a little bit up that way, Cordell. Let me do this. Let me just put my line in there. Erase that. May want to be just a little bit more up this way, okay? You're a little bit laid off on the back, okay? But other than that, looks pretty good. Now, I like the way you drop your arms, okay? Now, you know, you've got your left arm, or in your case, your right arm is a little bit bent. That's okay. You just have to make sure you drop it right down into place, like I know you will, because I think you've been with me for a while. So as you drop the club, you dropped it pretty good. So you see how you sort of came down with it? See how it just sort of comes straight down? The reason why I know it's straight down, Cordell, is because you see you've got a vertical shaft here from your hands and your forearms. Okay, that's what I look for. I look for that vertical situation here when you bring the club into the slot. Now, because I don't have a down the line, because I don't have a down the line view, I can't really tell where that club is positioned, but it looks like it is positioned on your bicep. So here you're looking pretty good. You got good ground. You got your feet on the ground. You're going to get good leverage to the ground. Now here's where you start getting into trouble, Cordell. You come through the ball, and I really like this position here. Okay, this is a power position, what we call a power position. Now, your right elbow, you see that space right in there, Cordell? Right in there, that little space? Well, that's telling me that you haven't quite dropped your elbow deep into your side, okay? Because this elbow should really be right here. And let me just draw another quick line for you, buddy. That elbow should be literally like right in that elbow here. It should literally be down here, okay? You should drop it deeper into your downswing because you have decent position here. It's just that when you get that space right here, Cordell, that means you're going to start to cast that club a little bit as it comes through the ball. And because you're hitting a driver, it's really going to show up in your follow through, okay? So, so let's keep going. So as you come into the ball, okay, now what happens is as you come into the ball, you're starting to cast a little bit, okay? You see how now your shaft is kind of out this way? You see how your shaft is coming more this way? That shaft should still be back here. That's because your elbow has now detached from your side and you got a lot of space right here, okay? Now, as you come through the ball, what happens is you get through the ball. I really like the way that head stays behind the ball, okay? You see how when you come into contact about right there, that's excellent. Excellent position with the head. Your weight is shifted automatically. We've got to get these arms together though, because see that right elbow now, your left. Let me say, hold on. Let me see. That left elbow. Okay, if I've been saying right elbow, your left elbow, okay, has detached. Okay, and so what happens is as you come through, okay, you can't really get through the ball because see what happens right here. Your hands never rotate through the ball. Your hands never release on the rotate. The reason why I know that is because you see how there's chicken wings right here? It's because you're not releasing your arms. Now, if you were to rotate your left arm over your right arm, okay, this chicken wing wouldn't be so obvious, okay? So we're gonna keep going here, and notice when you come through, even up to here, Cordell, you see how your wrist never rotated, okay? You kind of hit that ball with a very, very flat club face, and that's why, you see how you're hanging back on your, see on your left side, because your hands didn't rotate. You had everything going for you, and then when you got to impact, okay, when you got to impact, you kind of came up out of it a little bit, and you never rotated your arms. That's why that's why your wrists never rotated on top of each other, and that's why your weight sort of came back on your left side. Now I'm going to show you something over here. I'm going to show you the pro over here, and we're going to break down exactly where you went wrong, but you can fix this, Cordell, because it's a natural rotation through the ball. Okay, notice how you're all in the same position here. He comes back. You're pretty much in the same position. He bends his, actually he bends his left arm, just like you bend your right arm, and that's fine. Now what happens, Cordell, when he comes down, he drops his arms. When he comes down, okay, notice when he hits through the ball, notice where his hands are right there. You see how his hands rotated through the ball? What that did was it kept his left arm from flying out so much. See, when you came through the ball, Cordell, see, when you come through the ball, you never rotate your arms. See, you never ever quite rotate your left arm or your right wrist over your left wrist. I think that's right, yeah. But anyway, you know what I'm talking about. So work on that. Work on rotating through the ball, because you got great head position. Again, you've got great head position coming through the ball. Okay, right here is great. All you have to do now, Cordell, is rotate those wrists over each other, and that's going to happen out here. Okay, that's going to happen out here, just like the pro. See how it happens out here? It doesn't happen at the ball, so don't flip at the ball. Okay, because if you rotate your left arm over your right, which is your left wrist over your right wrist, then this arm again will stay closer to your body, like his does, because your head's in great position, your weight is shifted automatically. Okay, so work on that, Cordell. In fact, work on that. Well, I guess you can't work on that now because you all are going to be below zero like we are going to be it over the next couple of days. But work on that in your house. Work on just rotating those wrists, keeping that right arm from chicken winging so much. And I tell you, the next time you get on the course, you're going to rotate through the ball and get good contact when you step on the course again. Okay, so again, keep me updated, Cordell. I'm going to send this to you on a blog post on your own golf pod so we can comment back and forth on the network. Okay? Thanks, Cordell. I'll talk to you soon.